I was born that I could see this earth, this globe, and it was way down there, almost like how we see through a spaceship now. And I remember all these other souls there, and I knew them. Like I've had past lives with them, and they weren't physical form, but we know each other like a form, like we know each other here now. You can identify the other. And I remember them going down like a battle cry, going, "I can do it this time!" And going down there, "I can do it this time! I'm going to do it! Oh yeah!" You know, this, woo! That's how you come in. That's how you come in. You believe in you. That's why your sperm won. Your belief in you was so strong that you projected yourself, burst yourself into reality. That same oomph is what propels your life forward. Lack of that stagnates a person, dulls a person's senses, digestion gets worse, problems begin to occur, jammed sensory experiences, jammed organs, jammed life. It all is the same. And I remember when I was in between lives that each of us chose before we came down. And you have this multitude of possibilities before you. And you can look down this tunnel at each possibility. And if I go with these parents, then this is what's going to happen. And if I go with those parents, then that's what's going to happen. And if I go with those parents, that's... And you can see it all. And you look down through each tube and you know, like it's a knowingness of that life. And it's so real, you feel it in every fabric of your being. And I looked down my tubes. I looked down through all of them. And I went, I don't know, none of them seem that great. Why did I choose this particular one? I knew it was going to be a hard journey. So I didn't pick an easy one. But I knew I would awaken faster. That's why we pick the parents we do. That's why we pick the tube we do. Because we know that we have the potential to live our calling if we have those particular elements in place. That's why you chose this life, those parents, and everyone in it. Now, something I noticed when I looked down that tube is there's this main highway like this. And then, so that's the flow of the person's life, my life in this case. And then there's these deviations, but you always come back to the flow. You notice that? How there's something you really got to be or experience, and you get off track, but then you come back, and you get off track, and then you come back, and look, you're here. How many times have you been on this path before? Probably many times, and that's what we do. That's what we do. So we get off path and go, no, I'm going to get healthy now, I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, right? And then it kind of, whoops, off that path again. And then we come back. Why do you come back? You come back because you know that's where you need to be. You come back because your soul is calling you to be on that path, because that main artery is your calling. Your soul speaks to you through your passions. Your soul has been speaking to you since you were a child. I mean, I had a lot of trouble figuring out what to be when I grew up. Still trying to figure it out. Oh well. Maybe one day. So what I had to do was look at my childhood and I said, wow, what was in me as a child that is really me? Because that's where the real you shows. Right? Before all the programming starts, before all the junk is piled on top of you. And I had to say, well, what was me? Well, I liked plants and animals, and so I became a horticulturist. That was fun for a while. I used to grow 100 acres, medicinals and herbs. It's hard being a farmer. Although I still grow a lot, don't get me wrong. But it was like a sideline. So just like you have a sideline. You have something you enjoy doing, but you're not all in. And I had to say, what really was with me? And that's when I realized, from the time I was born, that Spirit was always with me. I always saw angels and guides. I was always talking to them. I was always being taken off to these trips overnight. Like I would be lying in bed and the sky would, no, it's the wrong word, the ceiling would particleize and pull back, and then I would lift and look back down the bed and I wasn't there anymore. So I went, oh, I'm not astral projecting. I was actually physically being lifted up. And no, I wasn't taken into a spaceship, which I have heard does happen to people. But actually, then I would see my 4 angels, guides. They've been with me since I was in the crib. And they would be there, and they would be taking me to a classroom. And I would study all night. Each and every night I would study. And much later on, maybe my 30s, I remember hearing somebody talk about a book they read, and this person was saying how every night they were taken to a classroom. And I went, oh my God, it happened to other people. How cool. I'm not as weird as I thought. Actually, the first time I read Barbara Brandon's book, I went, oh my God, someone else sees things I see. Like, just so comforting. I have no idea how comforting.
Please push the subscribe button over on the right and subscribe to my YouTube page. You'll get free, instant access to all my new uploads.